And good morning guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I hope today we will glue all planks on the decks. We have to fill some, let me open another screen. We have some holes sort of to fill with some cuts off, and we have to glue main deck or midsection deck. And because my kit has some sort of problems, it is shorter, like good 2-3 millimeters, so I will cut all of them, and because we have at the beginning and on the end of the, let me switch actually to the bigger screen, like this. We have two beams on top of it, or what was the proper term in English? Struggling. Okay, we'll remember in a moment. So we will cover it, or I will cover it, but not everybody have this problem. This is just with my kit, and as you do remember that I had also, where is it? In the stern, my one of my bottom pieces was shorter, so I was inserting these square pieces to lengthen it, and just added another piece to make it wider. So I think this is because of the same problem with my kit. I have these troubles with length of the planks. So let me just position them properly. And I will glue them first, and while it is clumping, because it's flat surface, I can clump it for, on my glue it is written 10-20 minutes, at least half an hour, and it will be definitely safe to unclump it. But for example, inside, this is quite frequently asked question. How long to keep parts clamped? And this is the answer. If it is something flat surface like here, 10-20 minutes is enough, maximum half an hour. If it is planking, inner or outer, this is something what is trying to rip off the glue, so better to clamp it for 10-12 hours. And usually PVA glues are dry in about 24 hours. So if it is really something very under pressure, or something what is trying to unbend, so maybe it is even better sometimes to glue for 24 hours. This is 9. This is number 1. Just trying to position properly my planks. This is number 5. It will be somewhere here. Which one is this? Number 7. Oh, 6 between 5 and 7. Number 4. I believe this is the place for it. And what is this? Number 8. Number 8. This is 10. This is 9. So this is the spot for number 8. Come on. Something like this, and to position it properly. So I will cut it on one side, I believe it should be enough, but another one I need to level with something. So something like this. And I will use my slicer, because this is only one long enough plank, which I cut from cuts off, and the rest are quite short. About, if I will find my caliper or ruler, something to measure it. 2.7 millimeters, quite difference. So where is my slicer? can also clamp my model so it will not move. Sometimes it is very useful to have this feature so the model is not moving while you are working on it. Wrong direction, okay. So the idea is I want to find also something of proper thickness, same as something like this, and I want to find what is the dimension of this wooden parts. I don't think that the instructions are useful in this, but I will check. This is about knees. Better to check drawings. And what do I have here? This is the original comments. This is what we are searching for. 1/16, 3/16. So we need to find 1/16, 3/16, and this is this. Let me just convert it into millimeters because I can't understand the size. I'm still thinking in millimeters. So 1/16, this is 1.6 millimeters. And what was this 3/16, I believe? .8 millimeters. Okay, so this is something like this. This is not right. Not this one. Which one? This is 6. Not this one. How about this one? This 4.8, 1.6. So quite wide. I'm quite happy with this. I have enough width. So perfect. The idea is that I will cut and move it a little and then we'll cover it with this plank. Let me open back my screen so I can check what I'm showing you. So maybe I will cut a little. But we'll move it a little like this. So when I will cut the ends, I will move them, will level them, and under these combings it will not be visible. So let's do it. Maybe I can put lower this camera so you can see how I'm working with the slicer. My brushes just disappeared. But because this is a sharp slicer, I preferably will not stick my fingers under the blade. And actually I have a piece of, I can cut something out of here. Another piece of something with the same thickness, so I can use this cut off And my camera did this trick. Come on, wake up. Wake up. So let's level all these planks. Maybe I can move this in this corner so it will be visible. So I'm just using this piece of board and I can cut something to a proper length. Well, this was something. First I will cut almost, I'm eyeballing it, and then I will cut it to a proper length. A little more. It shouldn't be very precisely, it will not be visible, but better to have it more or less proper size. Almost. Just slight touch. Perfect. So this is what I will cut later, but right now I'm thinking about to cut or to mark where I want to cut. This will be quite challenging to glue it. I mean the smaller end. But nothing I can do about it. Where is my black tweezers? Imbir! And I'm not joking, I can't find two of my favorite tweezers and one small scalpel. I have seen him when he was sitting and just trying to take it, just drop it from the table on the floor. He was playing. Then I was cleaning my workshop. I even moved all the furniture and chairs and tables and I can't find it. So where it is, where he has hidden them, I don't know. But he is professional in this field. Okay. Let's start with the first one. This is the idea. I can keep it actually just on the deck, each piece in front of plank, so I will not mix them. Come on, move. Not that it really will be very visible, but it will be under the combing. Ow, this one cracked in the of course, because it was laser cut, so let me glue this before it will separate and it will be visible. So just a drop of glue. Repairs on the way. So let me show you what I'm doing. It's visible that it is trying to separate, and I don't want it to fall apart. So where's the second tweezer? It did break, but it will not be that much visible, so I just will keep it somewhere here on the edge of the table so I will not touch it accidentally, because it's a glue. This is in such places where we have laser cut grooves, let's say. So let me add some glue so they will not break again. Nothing is not here, nothing here, right here. Clean, beautiful, perfect. So let's continue cutting. I still can see traces from the pencil, so I need to sand it more, so I will glue it and sand. Maine Coons are professional beggars also. Actually, I don't have to cut this plank. This is the only one which is long enough, so I just will keep it like that. At least one will be proper length. Which one is this? 5? Which one is this? 4. So it should go like this. So they will not jump. Where is that piece? something like this. So let's glue it, and probably in this case I will glue them one by one. I will not apply on entire beams because the glue will dry here, and this is something what I don't want to get. But we'll see. So glue. And this time I will pour much more than just a drop. Need to clean my needles. Oh, not much water. Probably will go and bring more if I will need more. Because this one is actually dried before I cleaned it properly. Checking any comments, questions. If I missed question, I'm constantly repeating this, but I will repeat one more time. If I missed question in the live chat, please drop it in the regular comments under the this video. I will answer them after the live stream, because sometimes I'm just, while I'm working, I'm missing some comments and questions, and sometimes they are very important. Where is my favorite tool? Because I made a mess. And I think in the end of the stream I will apply a second coat on the sailing planking of shellac, second coat of shellac, of course. And why I'm scraping off the glue, usually with something sharp, scalpel or such sharpened broken file, because then I'm scraping it off together with some part of wood where the glue already enters the fibers of the wood. Because when you just clean it with something, wipe it with cotton swabs, for example, I'm getting this tip quite often, but this is a bad tip. If you will wash it with cotton swab with water, the glue diluted with water even will soak deeper into the wood, and then when you will apply shellac, oil, stains, you will get that just eye-poking white spots. This is what you will get if you will use something like wet cotton swabs. So better to scrape it off, clean it completely, just to level it. And because later when you will apply some finishes, you will regret using something wet like cotton swabs. And sometimes even scraping off I can miss I told you somewhere yeah, this is where I got. I will show you when I will apply, before applying actually second coat of shellac. I will sand and scrape this part one more time, because even scraping off constantly glue, I touch it somewhere and I just got whitish spot. So what to do with it now? So I will show you this also. Need something small and heavy, and I know what. Give me a second. Something small, flat, and heavy. Actually, for ship modeling, I'm using them very rarely, and mostly when I'm making display cases or something, when you have flat surfaces, because to use them on the deck, they are too big for models. Oh, maybe in the case of Gunboat Philadelphia it is quite large one, but still, they are not really very useful for ship modelers. I'm just using as a scraper or planer for decks. This is you know, this replacement for utility knives, blades, which are just using them without any structure, wooden, etc., just with a free hand. And on the Gunboat, this is basswood. Actually, you don't really need them. For more hardwoods, I mean stiffness, not like hard and soft wood, like pear or boxwood, then you definitely have to use some scrapers, like utility knives, blades. Actually, I have one plank also, which I can use to move on my planks. Actually, sometimes people are criticizing when kids have some mistakes, sometimes just ripping into pieces. I'm taking this as a challenge. So yeah, it happens sometimes, like happened with the Karak. It was a small bunch, about 10 or 15 kids, and accidentally they were sold, and actually the manufacturer himself contacted me and sent me a proper one. When I already fixed what was wrong with the kit, it was just a bunch of kits with burning, literally burning bulkheads, because somebody not adjusted properly a laser machine, and bulkheads were just burned. So they were plain, literally when you were trying to put it together, they were shaking, falling into pieces. They couldn't, because usually Maristella's kits, I'm talking about Maristella's Karak, they have self-leveling construction or design for the bulkheads and this skeleton. It's very convenient when you just have to put everything together simultaneously and the construction will level itself, so everything will be 90 degrees. It will speed up the process of building for sure, but I got that problem, so I fixed it. And when the replacement kit which was sent as a replacement arrived, I already fixed that one which I had. So actually I have practically and everything what I need to build another karak, except planks. I used only planks. But that is not a problem to cut new ones or just to buy ready ones. But I'm not planning to build another karak. Just want to move a little. It is already properly glued. And under the pressure, of course it will not move. Okay, I will add some glue because somehow I shifted at an angle. It is wider, let's say. So I need to move all of them. Quite good glue. It is already holding it in place. So this is how it should be. Something like this. Maybe I need to add a little more glue because this is not enough. just a drop. Okay, which one I glued? So maybe this is the one. Yes, definitely. And the last one. Just to clean all these drops of glue and the mess what I have touched on the ceiling planking. Actually, I can clamp it properly already, maybe. What I have here. No, they are the same. Are they the same height? No. That is not good. I have more of the same. So I believe this is, yes, this is the proper one. But let me cut another. Oh, good job. My camera decided to sleep in the most not convenient moment, so let me cut a few planks. just to a proper length, or almost proper one. So this one is the longest one, this is the shorter one, so I can clamp them with something. No, I need something bigger, a bigger piece of wood. Or longer. Now I need a few such sticks. And rubber bands. No, this is not really good one. I have somewhere piece of boxwood. Okay, this one will do the job. Come on. Should be good. And maybe one more here. While it is drying, clamping here, I will work on these cracks on the bow, or in the on this one I mean. So we need to fill this and we have all these cuts off. Oh, this is actually proper one from the bow, and I can just cut this piece. Another cut off. Let me remove all this stuff. Don't need it here. Glue sit here. And now this will be the biggest challenge, to make exact size, because they are not even parallel and wider and narrower. So I probably will create first angle right here, proper one. So I will use my sander also. Which I will clamp with the same clamp as slicer. And maybe with the second one. proper angle. A little more. And at an angle. Oof. And what do we have here? Just perfect proper angle. Now I will mark. Come on. The width, like this. The length. But I will cut it a little longer because I don't know how long I need next one. And I need to mark this width. Short. This one is too long to use on the deck. So I will use it here. Actually, I will use it to cut it also. Let's try it. Definitely it is too wide and needs sanding. But better wider than narrower. Can't add width, but I can sand it. A little more. And more. Okay, so much more. And more. So this is the width which I need, but I need to send it more. Almost there, but not quite. More. And more. Okay, it is getting there, right here. That's it. Okay, no sending here, but I need to send this piece, and from here. Now sending from here. From here. And I don't need to send the end of it to this point. More sending, definitely more. Actually, I need to send a little right here. And here. Scotch Brite. And sandpaper. Just to clean all this fur, so I can see clearly what I have sent. Thank you, Jeff. Any questions? Thank you, no go, for thumbs up. Okay, let's check it. Just something to send here in the very, very end. So, sending. Final one. Oh, of course, final one will be when I will sand the entire deck. Now I need to make soft radius of this edge. It's a visible side. A little of Scotch Brite. Probably not blowing bath, I already did it, but close my eyes. Come on. And I will cut it to the proper length. We'll make soft radius. And now I can glue it. This is just sewing pin which I bent at an angle. It is easier to use it like this. Final sanding, I will level this edge. And something heavy. Now second one. Now I still have this piece, but need to sand in reverse. More. And more. Something like this. Probably I will level this edge also on the block with sandpaper, so it will be perfectly straight. And about angle. Amazing, but it is a proper one. So in the same way I will mark. Scalpel. try what I have cut. What is wrong direction angle? Have I flipped it? Definitely I did something. Yeah, I sent this angle and flipped it. Let's try if I can. Oh no, it's alright. Oh, just turn it in wrong direction. So, and I have to send quite a lot before I will put it on that spot. More to send somewhere right here. Somewhere here again, more. Almost there. About now. Okay, I don't need sand here, but somewhere from here to the end, and from here to the end. And okay, if it's alright in the bow, but more sanding from here to the end. A little more right here. A very little more sanding and should be perfect. Definitely. Now slight sanding, mostly to remove that pencil marks. And need to confess, I haven't checked group on the Facebook this week at all. It was very busy week, so finally I will catch up today. Okay, and now I need to make soft radius of this edge, the side which is visible. And what do we have now? Just a little more sanding and polishing, and I can glue it. A little with Scotch Brite. And let's glue it. Let me clean the needle, and maybe I will take a drop of fresh glue. And now let's clamp it. We have one piece. Theoretically I already can unclamp this part, because it was clamped already more than 10-20 minutes. Oh, ripped off. Good job. My improvisation for clamps. So this is what I can put here. And I can clamp it in the same way. And another one. Haven't clamped the model, so it's flipping. Is this such a day today? My camera doesn't want to work properly. Good. But I will use it with a few more. This is too small. Okay, let's move this one a little forward. perfect. So let's finish our this midsection deck here. Let me check the field of depth. Where is that piece which I prepared? Right here. And I believe that one which I was gluing is already glued. So it was from this one in this direction. So yeah, it was just with that laser mark which decided to break. So I just want to mark how long, because I will cut it. I don't need it in this place where I have long enough plank. So I just will cut it into 2 halves, and I probably can glue first and then insert, or without inserting anything, but we'll see. Let me try. Or I just can glue it like this. And then cut. Probably yes. So actually I need to insert something like 1.5 millimeters. I'm eyeballing it. The planks are not perfectly leveled. So I will eyeball it also here. Scalpel. Scalpel. Come on. Maybe I just can clean it a little. Very, very little. And here. So let me cut from the second, where is that smaller piece? Right here. So I will cut another such strip. So it is approximately 1.5 per 1.5 millimeters square strip of wood. Move all this stuff which I don't need right now. And let's work which side I cut here. So let's work on this part. Maybe I should cut wider for this one, for some reasons. Yeah, definitely I need a wider piece right here. Actually, I need to check this one. Something like that. Okay, let me cut not 1.5 but about 2 millimeters wide. If I will find where I have put that small piece of wood. Yeah, I dropped it here. One more time. Just to clean it from the cut. Maybe now it isn't too wide now. Or maybe not. Just perfect. Let's glue it. I will need some glue. Actually, I can use brush because I will glue immediately my ends of the planks or tails. But I will add a fresh drop like this. Have some more plank because I need to level it to clamp it. Is this long enough? Just perfect one, but I need to clean the glue which I spilled on the bulkhead. Like it was there. Oh, and I just glued my finger into the glue. Good job. So let me hold it with something heavy at this moment. Preferably without dropping it. Perfect. And I will glue second small piece. comes this one. First one will go this one. No, I need to glue. And some glue is sticking out. Again, I will use a plank to level it. Need to clean this glue sticking from under the plank. And I need to clamp it. I believe this one was just long enough. Yay! Perfect. Something. More. Huh. This is already not very stable construction, but I need something to clamp it. Or I can use clamps actually. I believe I can use, but I can try. No, they are maybe a different one. How about these two? Oh, these will do the job. They are not touching the sides of the boat or sheer strake of the boat. Perfect. So now we finally can start nailing the deck in the stern part of the boat. So let me put this back. This is from here, I believe. Just want to clean up a little space. Actually, before marking, we probably have to sand it and polish it. Or we can do it after drilling, because after drilling we definitely will have to polish it with a Scotch-Brite. Back to this side of the boat. Maybe I'll clamp it because it is on the edge. I don't want it to flip and fall somewhere. bright, and I have hidden sandpaper and Scotch Brite. I will need them. And this one. My favorite sanding block, piece of scrap of aluminum. It's flat, it is with 90 degrees corners, just perfect size for modeling. This is what I want to do. I just want to sand this edge so it will be definitely straight. Where are my brushes? Give me a second. Need to ask in beer, of course. At least one. Better than nothing. Now, soft radius of the edge, some sanding because I can see some marks from pencil. It is much easier to sand when it is already glued and it is completely flat, not moving. And I also want to make the knee, which is in the stern, and it was bolts through it, bolted to hold the pintles and gudgeons. And because it was apparently, I think it was part of the stern deck, because on the original boat, Gunboat Philadelphia, we have holes on in the ceiling planking that the deck was installed first higher, and then for some reasons it was lowered. So as I'm building a model of the real gunboat, not a replica, so I will repeat that also. So I will cut 3 or 4, how many? On the original drawing we have it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 square holes, and knee or breast hook, which term you prefer, because it was part of the deck. And the breast hook is not shown on our model in the kit, but it was there. It was a part of the construction. It you can see some traces from the pencil. Very good pencil. And yes, shape modeling, this is 80% of sanding. This is exactly what I'm doing. Okay, I think it is good enough. With Scotch-Brite we can do it actually after drilling the holes. So let's mark beams, and I will use original drawing, and for marking I will use again masking tape. Unfortunately I have only yellow one, it's not really good visible on the light wood, but this is what I have. So I will take a piece of masking tape. Oh, I'm sorry, Imbir. I just woke up, Imbir, with this noise. I'm so sorry, Imbir. It was not intentionally. But I will measure it with a caliper on the drawing. We have, what do we have? 6.25, this is in scale 1 to 16, and we have scale 1 to 24. So, what I said, 6.25? I believe. Let me check one more time. Better 7 times to measure and 1 to cut. So it should be around 4.2 in our scale with 6.5 actually. 6.2, 6.4, this one is wider, 8.3, and this is the narrowest one, 4.8. And this is actually a fact that especially in the middle part of the boat, there we have very massive beams, maybe because the central part was designed for 2 guns, and this deck was carrying bigger load, so maybe that's why. So I will try to repeat that thickness. So the first one will be 4.2, I said. Where's my pencil? Pencil. Right here. And I need a ruler. 2 rulers with metric, with centimeters, millimeters just disappeared. Imbir, what do you think about it? 4.2. 4.2. I will cut immediately this strip so I can mark next one. So this is our first beam. it was something glued on, some leftovers of glue on the cutting mat, and I got it on my masking tape, but it doesn't matter. I will unglue it later. Okay, so next beam. .4, I believe. So yeah, 6.44 in scale 1 to 16 and divided 1 to 24, 4.3. Maybe not very noticeable, but I will follow this scale. .3, 4.3, and I also need to mark the position or location of this beam. So let's measure it. So from the end of the deck, .23, 53 millimeters. So this is 53. In scale will be 35 millimeters. So let me measure it. 35. Ha! Because I clamped the main deck, I maybe already can unclamp it for sure. So let me remove these clamps, they are in my way. Good, it's already dried, or the glue already hardened enough. Just slight mark, so I can clean it later. It is almost on the bulkhead, but a little closer to the edge of the deck. And this was my just curiosity, how accurate beams, how actually bulkheads located, if they are repeating the location of beams or not, and apparently not. So from the edge of the deck, 35 millimeters from this front line of the next beam. I will photograph and will write measurements. I can probably grab a sheet of paper and draw them. This will be the best option. So I will draw it immediately, so I also will remember it while I'm working on this deck. So this beam, first one was 4.2, second one was 4.3, and in a moment I will show you this drawing, and I will measure also this 35 millimeters. So let's measure the next one. Caliper. third one is 6.7 millimeters. This is 4.5 millimeters in our scale. Playing with scales. 4.5 and 4.5. Another strip of masking tape. And let's check the distance. .99 millimeters. In our scale, this is 66. 66. So let me draw it also. So this is 4.5 and this is dimension 66 millimeters. Okay, the next one. This is the wider one. 8.6. So 8.6 in our scale. This is 5.7. This one will be quite wide. .7 and the distance to it, if I have long enough caliper. .144 in our scale. This is 96 millimeters. 96. And what I said, 5.7 the width of the beams. This is definitely visible difference. 5.7. And 5.7. Let's cut this strip. And the last one is the narrowest one. $5 millimeters. 5 millimeters in our scale. This is 3.3, very, very thin. And probably I can't measure it with a caliper, but I will use a ruler. 191. This is 127.3. 127.3. And they are definitely differs from the bulkhead in the kit. You can see this beam is right here, next one is right somewhere here, another one in between these two, and the last one in between these two. Makes sense? So let's cut 3.3 millimeters strip. .3. Let me mark it also. 127 I said. Oh, previous. I haven't measured, I haven't written the previous size. Okay, 127, this one, in 0.3. Oh, not 0.7, 0.3. 127.3. And what was previous one? I need to measure. I need to measure. 144. So it was 96 millimeters. So let me show you this diagram. Scissors. This is definitely something what in beer cans take. Will use my small rigging scissors. Almost straight, but this is what I got. So let me photograph it so I can publish it on the Facebook. Something like this. Yeah, visible. Good. So this is what I will post on the Facebook after the live stream in the group with the group build. So you can have these dimensions. And we will mark nails. But before, I need to remember what was written in the book about deck nailing, or how it was. Good job. Book. Anchor, sweeps, tools. No. Kilson, whales, breast hooks. Oh, we can read this as useful information. We will do it soon. Actually, naturally carved white oak. Entire boat was built from white oak and placed at each end of the vessel. Bows are approximately 5 inches thick and positioned about halfway up the stem and stern post. The bow breast hook has an arm length of approximately 3 feet. The opposite member spans a distance of 2 feet. 4 lock bolts secure these timbers to the stem and stern post, and nails fasten them to the ceiling. So this is essentially 2 knees which are holding in one piece bow and stern. Cap rail, rudder, other fittings. I need ceiling. Oh, ceiling. 2 types of planking or ceiling. Side ceiling, flooring after the Kilson. No. I need maybe the decks. It's separately. Found it. 3 decks, after deck, midship deck, and forward deck. Okay, I need something about fasteners. White oak, yes, and actually ship deck was with much wider planks because probably again of the 2 guns on top, or rig, because this boat was carrying 2 guns on the midship deck. The midship deck is supported by 7 beams. Okay, I need after deck. Deck planking was mild from white oak. Okay. Combing is present only on the midship deck. I have seen that. How it was fastened. Nails were used to fasten the timbers to the deck and ceiling. Which is this? This is about knees. I need about planking. On both fore and after decks, the planking is 1/4 inches thick, and the midship deck planking is made from 2-inch thick planking. The increase in thickness of the midship deck was justified as it held the 2 9-pounder cannons. Yeah, as I said, because the planking of the deck wasn't used to support the weight of the 12-pounder bow gun. It too was thinner. In all 3 cases, deck planking is fitted to the ceiling and secured to the deck beams with iron nails. How about quantity? On the forward deck, the planking butts up against the side carriage. Actually, it should be also marked on the drawings. Common is present only on the midship deck. Again, I just read it. Okay, let's check the drawings. This is the day probably when my camera refuses to work. Oh, and I just checked our time. It is about time to end the broadcast. Right, when I'm working I'm just forgetting about time. It just flows somewhere and I'm ready to continue, but I will not keep you longer than 2 hours because it is already too long, I understand that. So then I suggest let's finish it tomorrow and definitely have to nail all 3 decks. And maybe we will start installing knees or something like that, or we will move on the outer planking because we need to sand, polish and nail outer deck, and also to finish stern and stem. We have a few parts to glue because as you remember, I haven't made the rabbit before planking because right now I can sand it carefully, more comfortably without that rabbit, because this is a soft wood and very difficult to sand and I want to get the proper surface. So let's hope the next episode will be about nailing the decks, and then we will move towards the outer planking. So with this, I think this is it for today. Let me switch to a bigger screen. So then see you tomorrow, and we finally will nail decks tomorrow. But at least we glued all planks, filled all that holes. I stretched my midship planks, midship deck planks. So let me unclamp it, and I can remove probably these clamps from the bow, just to show you what I have made here. Oh, get off another rubber band. So this is what I managed to do today. So this is the result. Like this. And of course I haven't applied shellac. I'm thinking about 2 coats, maybe 3 of shellac for the ceiling planking, and this is what I wanted to show you how to deal with this, but it will be already also for the tomorrow's episode. I believe it is more or less visible. Where is it? It was right here. The whitish spot, because I touched it probably with glue, plank with glue. Don't know, it's not really visible on this camera. It is very good visible on the close-up camera. That I got this whitish spot, so let me show you this on the close-up, and I will deal with it tomorrow. So this is what I'm talking about. It is quite glossy also. At the different angles you can see that this is just a spot and this is a small spot. So I probably, when I was gluing planking and it was with glue, I just touched and haven't noticed, haven't scraped it off. So tomorrow I will clean it and will reapply shellac to make it beautiful. Because I don't know how much it is visible, but it is really annoying. And when I will apply second coat, it will be darker, the shellac will become darker, but the spot will be lighter. And so definitely have to be cleaned. So with this, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for joining me in this adventure with building this Gunboat Philadelphia. And see you tomorrow, guys. Bye. Have a nice rest of the day or evening. Depends from which part of the world you are watching.